So, in this slide, I will explain the solution of previous problem discussed. So, what is the solution? The answer is classes. So, I will explain three major points here. Why do we need class? What is a class and how to create class? So, first I will explain what is a class. Class is a user defined data types. It has two fields. One is data, which is also called as property, and second is functions or task, which is called as methods, which define the behavior of the class. So, if we consider in layman terms, class is like a blueprint of a object. So, suppose consider an example of a house. How can we define a house? House can be defined as the paint it has, the address it has, the number of rooms it has. So these all can be defined as the properties of the class house. And what all functions would we need to execute in the class house? We would want to clean the house, paint the house, or any other function that can be defined in the field called methods. And the properties called size, number of rooms, and that can be defined in the field called properties. So basically class is is a single entity which combines the data and methods at a single place. Now I will explain why do we need class. So as I explained earlier, we created a blueprint of the house. Now now we can create object from that blueprint. Creating the object is like actually building the house from that blueprint. So we can create like 1,000 houses also from that one blueprint, which will have same features, same functions, and properties we can manipulate based on our requirement. So basically the code is reduced and the code is reusable, since we are using the same blueprint again and again multiple times for creating different objects, like for creating different houses in our example. So our code is reduced and we are reusing the code. Now, one important feature of class objects is that it can be dynamically created and dynamically destroyed. So, when we are simulating, we can create the objects of this class house during the simulation, and these houses can be destroyed also during the simulation. This I will explain later in detail in next slide. So now, how to define class in System Verilog? So here I have defined first module test. So first let me bring the pointer. So this is our module test. Here we have defined the name of the class. Suppose we want to create a class for student, we have defined the name of that class as student. Now we need to define the properties it contains. So it can have marks, roll number, or any other things which is needed. And properties can be of any data type. So here like we have defined marks of data type int and roll number of data type logic 8-bit. And now I have defined the methods like the behavior we want for this class student. So we can here like I am defining function print underscore mask, which is basically doing nothing, just displaying the marks, which is the property field of this class student. We can define many other functions also for this class, like set the mask, get the mask, calculate percentage, and calculate average, and many other features which we want. And at the end we will define end function, end class, and end module. Now, one more thing I want to note down, like here I have defined data types as int, logic. Data type be can of any type, but there is one restriction that it cannot be of wire type. Since wire type cannot be dynamically created, as I explained that classes can be dynamically created, so only those data types are allowed which can be dynamically created. That's why net type wire data type is restricted in the properties. So that is all about classes. um, yeah, thank you.